Are Rick and Morty going to force McDonald's to bring back that sweet, sweet Szechuan sauce? And so what if I don't want to put my butter in the fridge? That's my business, not yours. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Menu Podcast. This is a podcast about food news. More specifically, food that is newsworthy and news that is food-worthy. As always, I'm joined by my good friend Josh Elkin, live and direct from Los Angeles. My name is David Huff. I'm here in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Josh, say hello to our international, intercontinental podcast.
What up, inter-friends, everyone on the intercoasts and interwebs? My name is Josh Elkin, and this is the Menu Podcast, Dave. I am obviously fired up about the roundup that we have for this week's news.
Yeah.
It's going to be really fun, man.
It's really important to note that without this podcast, neither of us, well, that's not true, that I don't have a lifeline to the food news world. As much as this is a brush up for everybody that's listening or watching, listening at soundcloud.com/themenupodcast or watching at youtube.com/TheJoshElkin, or who happen to catch it live at twitch.tv/liquorsauce. Take all those links in. As much as it is a brush up for me, I hope it'll be a brush up for you because I need this in my life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just like you need food every day to survive,
yeah.
The same goes for the food news that we provide. Yeah.
Hey, that's an interesting way. That's a really interesting way to think about it, Josh. You know, like food. It's like there's food, and like there's air, and like that's it, and water. You know.
Yeah.
Which and like I would almost just lump it in the same category as food. But if you don't know the background and the history of that food, I mean, what's the point of even eating?
You're blowing
except
it.
Stay alive.
That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah. So let's just get into our first topic here, Josh. What do you say?
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
So for those of you that don't know, creators Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon, in association with Adult Swim, decided to pull a reverse April Fool's. Really one of the dopest moves I've ever seen in television history. What they went and did is they surprised everybody by actually releasing the first episode of season 3 of the television show, the hit television show, Richard and Mortimer. That's not what it's called. It's called Rick and Morty.
Yep.
And if you haven't watched it, you're really making a terrible mistake. Not just the episode, but the show itself. Josh, have you watched it? Don't answer that.
Okay.
And I don't want people to know if it happens to be a no. I don't want to take the chance.
Yes.
Good. It was fantastic. Now, in the episode, Josh, spoilers, Rick goes through this whole elaborate memory, revisiting of a memory that's deep in his brain, and it takes him back to a glorious time around the release of Disney's film Mulan, in which McDonald's did a promotional, I don't know, like a little PR spot, little PR stunt, and released a Szechuan sauce for their chicken McNuggets.
Which sounds so good, by the way.
Right?
Yeah.
Well,
I want McNuggets right now.
Let's get into that in a second. But the main theme of the episode ends up becoming the Szechuan sauce. More importantly, it's alluded to that Justin Roiland and perhaps Dan Harmon, if they're both equally passionate about this Szechuan sauce, will pursue unlimited seasons of Rick and Morty. They even suggested like 97 years of Rick and Morty in order to acquire or to convince McDonald's to bring back Szechuan sauce.
Yeah, now, personally, I don't remember any type of Szechuan sauce, but, you know, being in Canada at the time, we always got the short end of the stick when it came to fast food availabilities.
Yeah,
now,
always.
Apparently this has been gone and not around for 15 to 20 years.
Yeah, just shy of 20 years. I think it was 1998.
Yeah, 98, which is interesting because McDonald's these days has been, like, amplifying their menu, you know, making different size Big Macs, different geographical menu items like spaghetti being in Philippines. Yeah. Why wouldn't they come out with more than just barbecue and sweet and sour sauce, Dave? Like those are the staples.
With the rise of popular, fast food chains, such as like Panda Express, that place is really popular. You would think that in order to try and compete, they would offer some kind of fast food equivalent in sauce at McDonald's, at least.
Yeah.
Now, I'm assuming it just tastes like if you were to go and get like a General Tso's chicken, right?
I mean,
I'm assuming that's what the sauce tastes like something like that.
well, that brings me to my next point. Our buddy over at Binging with Babish, your boy, Babish,
Your boy.
he recreated the sauce,
He did.
which basically is like sweet chili sauce mixed with sriracha. That's what I believe.
And like a
Szechuan
little bit of
sauce
those Szechuan peppercorns. How do you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Is it Szechuan, Szechuan, Szechuan? I don't know.
It's one of those things. It's one of those things.
It's one of those things.
Yeah.
I
Let's just
only
call
recently.
it the Schwan. How about that? The Schwan sauce.
I like the Zeish.
I like what you said before. Say, you're like Szechuan.
Szechuan. Yeah, I imagine it's like sweet and spicy. I mean, that's what they kill. And in order to recreate it, Babish he does 3 versions. One that's a recipe submitted by a Redditor, and then he does his own take on it, and then he combines McDonald's barbecue sauce and sweet and sour sauce. And he said it was pretty close, and I believe him. Then he mixed all 3 together like a complete psychopath, and he said he also really enjoyed that too.
Yeah. It's all delicious. I love a good dipping sauce.
That's the thing. That's what I wanted to get to. Is there's all this crazy obsession with the Szechuan sauce, primarily because Rick and Morty just convinced our brains that this is what we need.
Yeah,
so much so that McDonald's is actually now considering bringing it back. But my point is, at the end of the day, it's almost like, I mean, all McDonald's sauces are so similar. They're all pretty much the same thing with a slight variation.
In a way.
Like,
The interesting thing here is, in my opinion, is cartoons dictating popular culture once again.
Absolutely.
Right?
Well, just any television programming. I mean, but yes, in specific, one that is so far removed from reality. Like Rick and Morty is just such an out there show. You would really not assume that they would have such pull that they could convince McDonald's to rethink a product that has been long dormant.
Well, that's just the world we live in, and that's why shows like Feast of Fiction and Binging with Babbage are so popular, because we, the viewer, want to live vicariously through the fictional shows that we enjoy so much, right? So,
precisely.
Fuck, I would be down with this. I mean, I really. There's a 50% chance that I go and get chicken nuggets from McDonald's today.
Right after this. The barbecue sauce, my favorite is sweet and sour sauce. It almost always has been. And I know that might be a bit of a weird move. I know that some people really like honey. Other people really like barbecue sauce. I really feel like if you were to mix all 3 of those together, you would probably get an incredible sauce. But the sweet and sour sauce has always held a special place in my heart. I've always felt that the chicken McNugget is so perfectly... I think I've said this on this show before. The chicken McNugget is so perfectly shit that it's delicious. But I would almost be down with taking any of the McDonald's sauces and applying them to like my own proper fried chicken. Go out and get some nice, maybe even some wings. Get like a proper chicken, good quality, none of that chicken paste that's formed into the boot shape and covered with their super thick batter. Make your own. I feel like that's really the move, because their sauces are, I mean, that's just a sauce, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much just a sauce. But here's something to think about. I don't know if you ever remember this, and I don't know if any of our listeners or viewers remember this, but they used to have hot mustard.
I do remember hot mustard.
So
maybe
there's a bit of hot mustard in there.
Was it like, no, it wasn't a Dijon. It was on its way. It
was close to being a Dijon, but it didn't have that pungency. It had more of like it was more of a sauce than a Dijon to me is more pasty than saucy.
Right. Yeah.
And this was more of a sauce than a paste. The hot mustard at McDonald's. I don't know what they would do with that.
Mustards typically have like almost like a grit. Let's check McDonald's hot mustard.
And I think at some places it came in the same container as the sweet and sour and barbecue sauce, and in other places it came in like a ketchup packet. And
I think it still exists in some place, Josh. Some places.
1 second.
I think it still exists. But they do. They call it. That's the thing, is they called it a hot mustard sauce.
Right.
Oh, I don't know if they do still have it. I think there's just some people that are stockpiling it. No, they're stockpiling it. They like years ago went and acquired it, and they're just sitting on it. waiting for the apocalypse. And they're not wrong. And this is another point about the Rick and Morty Szechuan sauce, which I need it now in my life. I really need it.
The Szechuan.
This cartoon convinced me that I needed it. People that still have packets at home, they're fetching hundreds of dollars.
For the Szechuan packets?
Hundreds of dollars. Now, I'm going to go on eBay real quick, and I just want to check Szechuan sauce. It's already in the autocomplete because people are checking it like lunatics. No, see, they're starting off $20,000.
Yo, relax. Calm yourself.
31 bids.
That's ridiculous.
This can't be real.
Dave, we went somewhere years ago, and
this guy has good positive feedback. It's real. 3 days left on this. And the pictures, one picture is the sauce being dipped. It's like a bad picture, still image from the commercial. And the other image is a crazy picture of Rick. $20,000 US, 31 bids. Can I go look at the bid history? Yeah, I can. Wow.
It's real. So there's a guy. Oh, I see it.
This
1998. There's no way it works.
This can't be real.
No, that's not.
and the people bidding, they have stars, like they're real people. As recent as a couple of hours ago, somebody bid $20,000 100. What, $20,100?
I bet you it's McDonald's themselves. They're like, nah.
We can't let this get out there.
We need the recipe again.
Somebody's selling a picture for $1.69. Here's Szechuan teriyaki dipping sauce, $10. 2 days left. That's going to skyrocket.
So like spicy teriyaki sauce. That sounds about right.
$20. This one's actually got the Mulan branding on it for $10.
Ooh.
Man, I can't believe this. I can't believe that something so silly as a joke in a television show would make this real. Here's $100. Here's another. This is just a photograph of a photograph with bids on it for $520. There's knockoffs for $60. I'm blown away. I'm totally blown away that this is the world that we live in.
I think it's awesome. I think that it's really cool that a TV show like that can dictate what McDonald's does with themselves. I really do.
And I just want to know the sicko that's at home, like, you know what? I'm going to be the one. I'm going to be the one to buy this sauce. And even if I have to spend $20,000, I'm going to be the one to get this sauce.
I think it's cool.
Just so that I could say that it was me. But here's the thing with that person. Throughout history, they are notoriously forgotten. Like, think of all the people. You remember the people that spent like $300,000 on a Beanie Baby back in the day?
Yeah, I knew people like that. But Beanie Babies and little mini football helmets. You know what I mean?
Pogs back in the day. I'm sure,
exactly.
To a certain extent, Magic the Gathering cards now. People do that too. But eventually, that's just it's just gonna cool down. It's gonna blow over, unless Rick and Morty actually goes in on 9 seasons, or 97 years of Szechuan sauce, which would be very impressive.
It would be. So,
well, that takes us to our next topic, Josh.
Indeed.
Los pop-up hermanos. Now, why don't you take it away?
So for all
by the way, you sounded like kind of deflated. Like, come on, not this.
No, actually, I'm down with this. I have a few reservations about this topic. First of all, for all those who don't know, Breaking Bad, a very successful drama on AMC about drugs.
Super successful about drugs.
Successful.
Is it the most successful show about drugs ever?
The Wire? The Wire?
The Wire.
But The Wire was less about drugs, more about crime.
Also, I can't help but feel like the Breaking Bad was probably more popular when it comes to drugs.
I think you're right. Breaking Bad's probably the most successful drug TV show in the history of drug TV shows. But
I'll tell you, when we're done this podcast, I'm going to go crunch the numbers.
Okay, you do that. But in the show, there's a significant part. I don't want to give anything away in case
No, you
someone
can't
has been
spoil it. You
sleeping
can't
and
spoil
been
it.
hibernating for the past decade. But there's a restaurant in the show called Los Pollos Hermanos, which is basically
The
El
Chicken
Pollo
Brothers.
Loco.
Yeah.
Same thing as El Pollo Loco,
Yeah.
which is a very popular Southern California Mexican chicken restaurant. And this is a fictional restaurant run by a character named Gus Fring, where they sell, chicken and curly fries and salads and what have you.
Chicken and chicken-related food items.
Indeed. So the show Breaking Bad had ended, and they came out with a spin-off show called Better Call Saul. And in helps to promote the third season of Better Call Saul, the creators of the show have been making pop-up restaurants of Los Pollos Hermanos all around the country. I think it started in Texas.
And there's now one that's going to be downtown LA.
It was last week, actually.
It's done already.
Yeah, it's done. And
Crazy.
everyone needed to go to this.
Yeah,
They
no
needed to
doubt.
go check out Los Pollos Hermanos. Now, here's the thing. It's a chicken restaurant, and they didn't sell any chicken there.
What? Why?
No, I don't know. I mean, I think there's a few reasons. One, I think that it had to do with the health code. I think that when you're dealing with restaurants and selling food and serving food, there's so many different ramifications that come into play that when you just want to put it up for a couple of days, it doesn't make any sense. So what they did to avoid that is they were only selling curly fries.
You mean to tell me that you've got to get a chicken license in order to sell chicken?
I think it has something to do with that. I really do. Because
it doesn't say in the article that I'm looking at.
A lot of people were pissed off about it, by the way. A lot of people were pissed off about it.
Yeah, well, you're calling it the Chicken Brothers, and you would expect to get chicken there because in the show, all they did was eat chicken there. And instead, all you can get was curly fries and merch.
Yeah, now they were delicious. Don't get me wrong. They were friggin' delicious curly fries.
You went?
No, my buddy, you know Michael, Food with Michael.
Yeah.
Shout out to Food with Michael. We went for lunch, and he had just come from there and brought me a little satchel.
Los Pollos chicken fries.
Now, I know a lot of people were so pissed off being like, how can you come up with a chicken pop-up and not serve any chicken there? But you're missing the point. Like, they're just trolling these people. They're missing the total point. The point is that the creators of the show did this to create buzz for this new series, which I think it did. And beyond everything.
Here we are talking about it.
Exactly. We're talking about it. All these food people, all these social influencers flocked there, including me, or not including me, but including Michael, who then hit me up, and I took the picture.
Of course you did.
That picture did so good on my Instagram. Are you kidding me?
It's a great picture of fries. I'm actually going to go look at your Instagram right now. I want to see that picture.
Do that. And I think it was cool. I think that their job, like the mission that they set,
marketing
to complete, they did it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a great looking picture, and these are great looking fries. I'm going to show everybody that's watching live or watching the video. This is Josh's Instagram picture of curly fries. They look like tremendous curly fries, although they do look like they may be store-bought, just dropped in the deep fryer.
It's very possible.
But that's okay. It's a pop-up shop.
The tight one makes you feel that way. That little
tight
curl.
A pin? Is that a pin that you got with it, or is that?
It is. It's a sticker.
That's
so you get a little sticker that says, like proof, so no one like rips it off.
I did.
I mean, look, I think it was pretty cool. I really do. I think
cool,
that whatever.
But it's more an elaborate ruse. Once again, it's a ruse. It's a marketing ruse.
Yeah, it is. But they did the job. They really did. Now, here's a quick question for you, Dave.
Hit me, bro.
Are you offended by the fact that they didn't sell any chicken, or do you understand the gain of marketing here?
Well, I mean, I understand the gain of marketing, and they did it, and they did exactly what they were supposed to do, and it worked. So they're probably really happy, and they probably don't care what somebody like my opinion is. My opinion probably doesn't matter to them at all. But I will say that if you are going to try and recreate something from as popular a show as Breaking Bad, something that holds such a special place in people's hearts, then you better be authentic. And to not serve chicken, I think, is shitting on the authenticity of, or the sort of the feelings that it stirs up in people's hearts. Los Pollos Hermanos, what it does to people, you know. And I think that therein lies a bit of the problem. It's like, sure, from a marketing standpoint, they did a great job. They got away with it. They're probably really happy, and more people are going to watch Better Call Saul on Friday nights at 9 p.m. only on AMC. I actually don't know that. I'm just saying that just for fun.
But like, think about it.
But in terms of like the actual Los Pollos Hermanos and what it means to me, I'd be a little sad. I am a little sad. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little sad.
Now, put yourself in the position of someone who's like waiting in line to go in. Now, it says that they were selling French fries and some merch, which means they were probably selling some hats and T-shirts and whatnot. It takes a long time to fry chicken. So imagine standing in line waiting for fried chicken. That would be a terrible experience. Whereas French fries, it's like boom, bang, you're done.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't think I would get into the line if I knew that it was exclusively French fries. That's just me. I might have, if a pop-up shop were to pop up and be like, yeah, we have fried chicken here. I mean, also because in Montreal there's very few quality fried chicken restaurants. Yeah, if a place like this was to pop up and be like, yeah, we've got fried chicken, then I would get in line. Especially because it's Los Pollos Hermanos, if not only just for the Instagram pic for sure, but if I knew that it was only French fries, I would not get in that line. So to anybody that got in that line thinking, hey, I want chicken, you know, shame on you. You made the mistake of not doing the research first.
They messed up big time.
You got to do your research first. Listen, cool for them. I like the idea of pop-up shops that come from your favorite television shows. Yep. I would certainly. I mean, like, what other pop-up shops could you go check out that are from your favorite television show?
Imagine like a Soprano. I'm dating myself here, but Sopranos.
Yeah, do it.
Bada Bing.
Going to the Bada Bing. I would go to pop-up Bada Bing any day. That's a perfect example. Yeah, totally. Absolutely. So yeah, I don't know. I'm down with this idea. I just would love them to execute it a little bit better and stay true to the brand that they created. Like, they did it. They invented Los Pollos Hermanos.
Well, apparently there was a pop-up in Austin, Texas, and apparently they sold chicken. I'm not quite sure here.
Oh, that's so funny. So maybe it was just like the Los Angeles or the California chicken guidelines.
Dude, that's probably a thing. Seriously. Because
they had the Chicken Brothers mascots there too, roaming around. So that'd be pretty cool. Maybe I'd go take a picture, get a picture of like Walter White, get the chickens to sign it. That'd be pretty cool,
right?
That'll make for a good time.
So I'm just researching here. They had a Breaking Bad pop-up in Austin, Texas. The entire menu.
Oh, that's cool.
No, here. Eater took a tour of the Austin outpost, wandering around the bright and bold yellow, blue, and red building was erected within the parking lot of the Colorado and West 5th Street. Staffers donned red visors and aprons and yellow shirts as they dished out food to guests, taking advantage of the tables and red and blue booths. The entire menu, from rancheros plates, breakfast tacos, burritos, burgers, and other New Mexico dishes, were displayed behind the counter. Although fried chicken wasn't on the menu. The pop-up
served just showing it off.
Fries, a cup of water, and 3 dipping sauces. Got it.
Wait, a cup of water? They didn't even have a soda license.
No soda license.
I didn't know you needed so many licenses. Man, having a restaurant is stressful.
Seriously.
Really stressful. No wonder Gus Fring was such a successful man.
Yeah.
He killed it with all those locations.
Fake the funk on that one.
Well, that brings us to our next topic of discussion, which I think is an important one. And it's cool because it's also about a fast food location. But this one is a little bit closer to home, Josh, because you and Jack in the Box have been known to tango from time to time.
Yeah, I've been known to drive through the Jack in the Box.
Running through, in fact.
Shameless plug.
Running through.
Jack in the Box offers late night delivery in partnership with yet another food delivery service, DoorDash.
So everybody seems to be getting on board with a company that'll just do the delivery for you. I wonder if it was Jack in the Box reaching out to DoorDash, or if it was DoorDash hitting up Jack in the Box and being like, yo, we got this plan. It's going to be great. Trust us.
Yeah, I feel like it was DoorDash that was like, yo, I got you. I got you, JIB.
These guys, they're going to, at select Jack in the Box locations in select cities, and as I'm sure they continue to roll it out, Jack in the Box will be delivered to your doorstep as late as 3 a.m.
What? That's awesome.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I don't know if you know this, but Jack in the Box is, and I'm not just saying this because I did a deal with them a little while ago, but Jack in the Box menu is humongous.
Yeah, they have so many things. I remember going to Jack in the Box the first time and being incredibly overwhelmed by how many options. And the best way, in my opinion, to describe Jack in the Box is almost like, because it's on a grill, right? It's on a flame, isn't it a flame grill?
Yeah,
So it's like a
flame broiler.
flame broiled McDonald's almost, because the recipes tend to be similar. There's some burger constructions that are very similar, ingredients that are similar, but the flame is what really makes it stand out. And I remember going there and being completely overwhelmed by how many items there are. But I think the thing that I like the most about this partnership with the DoorDash is I'm just really curious to see how delivery fast food is going to turn out.
That's what I was getting at. Like, first of all, fortunately for me, I have a Jack in the Box like 20 feet away from my house, so I might go get a buttery Jack after this. But that's besides the point.
Ooh.
You're right about that, Dave. You're right about the fact that there's something about waiting on fast food that like demonizes it a bit. You know what I mean? Like, do you really want your French fries in a bag traveling from one end of the city to the other? Because by the time they get to you, it's probably not going to be good anymore, right?
But I think that people do that already. You know, how many people go and get fast food and bring it home? Or how many people like grab something on the way home from work? I mean, I feel like it happens all the time, especially if, let's say, there's a specific fast food restaurant near somebody's work, and then they want to bring it home. They're gonna let it sit and fester inside that disgusting brown paper bag, and that's the nature of fast food. What I'm curious to see is, like, if that's people's threshold or that's people's limit, people are willing to get scummy up to a certain point. How much scummier is this delivery service going to be? Because there is no way that DoorDash driver is leaving a Jack in the Box location with only one meal for delivery. You know they're stocking up.
Yeah,
10, maybe 5 to 10 at the very least.
To make it worth it, right?
They have to. So how long past that scumbag threshold that most people are willing to tolerate is this quality going to drop? I'm curious. How far past?
There's a fine line. Like, come on.
I disagree. It's not a fine line. I actually think with when it comes to fast food, I think people's tolerance is definitely the furthest thing from a fine line. I think people are willing to put up with a lot more. They're like, oh, if this burger is cold when I get home, I'm throwing it in the garbage. And they get home and they pop it up. I'm like, hey, not only is it cold, but it is completely like shimmering from the grease having soaked through everything.
It's like
the bun is disintegrating. The lettuce on there, I got to pull it out because it's not even lettuce anymore. It's more just like it's it's water. It's like Jello. It's almost like unsolidified Jello now. And people are willing to put up with that, and they're still like, but I'm hungry and I got to eat, and I'm not just going to throw this money in the garbage. So I would argue that the threshold or that line is not as thin as you or fine as you think it is.
No, you're probably right about that. You're probably right about that. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to think. Like, what is there a limited? There's not even a limited order. I'm on the DoorDash website right now, and it's full Jack in the Box.
It's the full menu.
Jack in the they have like milkshakes and such. So what if you got a milkshake and a burger and like it takes a while because it's LA traffic, right? And then you get there and it's no more milkshake. It's just like steeped milk.
Yeah, and
right?
Yeah. No, everything you just said. First of all, I didn't even know that you can get tacos at Jack in the Box. That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
I had no idea that
that's
they do
what I'm
that
saying.
now.
That's why the menu is so friggin' large. Like, you can get literally, you can go to a Jack in the Box at 5 a.m. and have like every meal plus a snack all the way up until 3 a.m. munchies.
So you can pre-order, you could set up your delivery for later, and you'll receive the delivery in under an hour is their guarantee here. Under an hour. You know, when I think about it, if I go to Wendy's, and I do go to Wendy's quite often. In fact, I've already had it once this week. Love Wendy's, you know that. It takes me about 15 minutes to get home.
Which is a suitable amount of time, by the way.
Probably another 5 before I'm in my apartment. maybe another 5 after that before I'm sitting down and I'm eating. So let's assume that it's about 25 minutes to be safe, maybe even a half an hour to be really conservative.
Okay.
If they're promising under an hour, then that's got to be a similar experience.
I don't think you want anything more than an hour when it comes to fast food. That's like that's
one of the cutoffs.
It's like the threshold, right?
I think that's one of the cutoffs. It's like an hour, and you're getting into such scumbag territory that like you really need to take a long look in the mirror after you eat that and wonder what brought you to this point. What made you think that this was acceptable behavior?
There's no point in taking a long look in the mirror before you eat that. So consume, then
think about it.
Then review your life.
Think
and
about
reassess the situation.
I just think deliveries. What is this? They have now a referral program too. What in the hell? So I'm looking here in California. Do they have any near you? Because I want you to try this service.
I did this already. I'll do it right now.
Are you within distance, delivery distance?
Of what?
Of a Jack in the Box that will deliver to your house?
There's one 20 feet away from me.
No, but will they deliver? Because it's not every location.
It says right now, I just did put my zip code. I did. I put it in 39 to 49 minutes. What if I just want curly fries?
Try it. No, dude, get a burger too. Even if you don't have the burger, like order a burger just so you know. Or what was it? What did you say? A buttery Jack? What is that even?
It's sometimes a burger comes along that makes other burgers whimper in fear. This is that burger.
That's how they describe it?
The quarter-pound signature beef patty is topped with melted garlic.
What?
Butter,
that's
thickly
crazy.
smoked bacon, Swiss cheese, and creamy bacon mayo. And
dude, that's crazy.
It's all on a gourmet signature bun. So don't apologize.
I'm not.
It'd be weirder if you weren't drooling right now. That
sounds great.
Great marketing.
That's great. They did it. Good for you, Jack. Can you order one, please? And let's see how long it takes and what it's like when it arrives.
Yeah, hold on. Add item. Why isn't it adding? Come on.
Bring the pain.
And I also want curly fries and chicken strips. Why isn't it? Oh,
you're going in. You're like, we're just going to test. We're just going to see what it's like to order a burger delivery from Jack in the Box. Now, Josh is like, but like while I'm at it, I really want the chicken strips. I also kind of want the curly fries because we've been talking about curly fries so much now.
I feel like maybe I have to like log in or sign in. I gotta like sign in.
Ooh, you gotta make a burger profile. Okay, it's like my Domino's pizza profile. They know every time I log into Domino's, they're like, "Hey, Dave, would you like that hand-tossed deep dish Hawaiian pizza again?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Domino's, you know I like pineapple on my pizza. You know I want that delivery in 30 minutes or less."
Fast food. Where is it? Jack in the Box, 46 minutes, free delivery.
Wow, free delivery too. I thought that there would be a charge for sure. Wow.
But it's not.
Oh my gosh. And it's not even 3 a.m.
I'm trying to add the item and it's not adding the item.
It might be in
DoorDash.
beta.
I don't know, buddy. I don't know about DoorDash here.
I'm checking out DoorDash right now. And
I wasn't going down. I'm stupid. Okay, here we go. Sandwich add-ons. Select up to 3. Bacon, 4 half slices. Cheese, 1 slice. Jalapenos. What do I do? Do I add more bacon? Yeah.
You could customize?
Oh, yeah. People also added onion rings or a bottled water or orange cranberry muffins.
Okay, now that's bad. Like, what are you doing? Who are you that you're ordering orange cranberry muffins to your house?
No, I didn't do that. Okay, here.
No, not you. I'm just saying in general.
People also added 2 tacos, crispy chicken strips. Yep. Okay. Set here, $20, give or take. Check out.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
It asks you for gratuity. It'll take 1 hour.
Really impressive.
Yeah.
By the way, if you go to this is more important, I think. I actually think that this is really what you want to be doing with your life, Josh. If you go to DoorDash.com and just put your address in, it'll give you all the restaurants that these guys will dash to your door.
Dave, do you think I haven't done that already?
Like Chick-fil-A?
No.
Yeah.
Actually?
Well, I don't know your address, but I just punched in one that's pretty close. Get yourself a Jersey Mike's sub.
Jersey Mike's is whatever, but Chick-fil-A, on the other hand,
Now you're talking.
I want it. I want it
Dude,
right
you
now.
can get in. You could totally get in.
Where do I get that? It's fast food?
Okay, now we're just listening. Now
Where's
we
the
got
chicken? I'm
Now we're getting lost. Now we're getting lost.
Anyways, DoorDash, holler at your boy. I'm down with you. I'm going to try you out tonight. Dave, I'll let you know how that turns out. But yeah, Jack in the Box, food delivery, fast food delivery. What do you guys think about fast food delivery? Whatever you think, if you're listening to this, let us know. Tweet Dave and I at David Huff, at TheJoshElkin. Or if you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, leave a comment below. Let us know what you think about fast food delivery. Let's move on to the next topic.
I feel like yes. I'm just throwing it out there. I feel like yes.
Agree.
And following up on our point from last week that we discussed, this is just furthering people not having to leave their homes. And I've always been about that. So count me in.
Right?
Count me in.
I'm still trying to find Chick-fil-A, just so you know.
Yeah, you should. You totally should. All right. Next topic on this here
docket.
List. Butter in the fridge.
Butter in the fridge, but which ultimately brings us to, condiments in the fridge. What do you refrigerate?
Is butter a condiment? Is butter a condiment?
It can be. I mean,
what constitutes a condiment?
It's a great question.
I'm just searching right now the definition of condiment. I like that we're both.
It's a substance such as salt.
Salt? What? Salt is a condiment?
I think it's just something to add flavor to food. That's what a condiment is.
Well, then in that case, yeah, butter is totally a condiment.
Butter is a condiment. It's also a application because our as we always talk about, our buddy Greg, who you can call Greg, puts butter in his mustache, which is a whole other topic of conversation. But this one particularly touches on the point of whether or not it is okay to leave butter out or to refrigerate it. This is a topic that is taking over the internet. People are losing their minds over whether or not to keep butter out or in. Where do you fall on that spectrum, Dave?
Well, before I get into that, I think it's really important to note that the internet loves to lose its mind all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of their favorite things to do. Here's the thing. I just went to the long list of condiments on Wikipedia, and butter is not included, which is kind of crazy. But I don't. So here's the thing. I have some butter in the fridge, and I have some butter out of the fridge. Am I stupid? I think maybe I'm stupid.
Or is that just the smartest thing you've done all day?
And I didn't even do it today. I think the problem is that trying to spread hard butter on toast is whack because it destroys your toast.
Yeah.
But
so what would you use hard butter for?
Maybe that's the important question. Yeah. What would you use hard butter for?
I know a few things personally. You make pie crust with with hard cold butter.
So cooking. So it's mostly cooking, baking, and anything where you're using it as an ingredient in a recipe. Whatever that recipe may be, sometimes the recipe calls for cold butter.
And sometimes melted butter, like making hollandaise sauce, calls for melted butter.
But if you were to melt the butter, then then room temperature isn't even good enough, right? So it doesn't matter if you're melting butter. It doesn't matter. If it's cold or room temperature, because either way it has to end up in a different state altogether. Precisely. The only time, so here's the question. The only time that butter is best served at room temperature is when it's used as a condiment.
Yeah. That's a great call.
So, okay. So then let's go to condiments. How do you feel about condiments warm condiments, room temperature condiments?
I mean, I think we've had this debate in our friendship past, but I don't put my ketchup in the fridge. I hate cold ketchup. I don't understand why people would put a cold condiment on their hot food. It blows my mind.
Do you leave barbecue sauce outside of the fridge?
Yeah, I do.
It doesn't go bad.
Sauce, mustard.
It doesn't go bad.
No.
Salsa.
Salsa I keep in the Yeah, but salsa, like I'm not heating up my tortilla chips,
Yeah,
right?
you are when you make nachos.
Right, but I'm also putting salsa on the chips when I heat them up.
See,
So
I don't put the salsa on before it goes into the oven because I find it sogs out the chips.
I
But
like those soggy ones though.
you sicko.
Like eating with a spoon.
Oh God, stop it! But I'll tell you, I really like taking nachos without like just like the cheese and the chip and some jallies, maybe some red onion on there, a little bit of cilantro if you're a sicko. I am not, so I don't. And then dipping it into cold salsa, down. What about sour cream when you're having nachos? You like warm sour cream? You can't. It would rot.
No,
It would go
I
bad.
don't like
You,
warm
you
sour
have
cream.
to. So I don't think warm condiment is a blanket. I think it's a blanket that you could drape over your food. I think it's very situational because I do like cold ketchup. I don't know why.
That's so
it's when I
interesting.
get the hot, like a burning hot. Well, you also really enjoy hot food
Heat.
more than anybody. Your tolerance and threshold for heat is off the charts more than anybody I know.
I like it. It's not like I'm doing it to impress anybody. That's just my jam, you know?
Oh, I don't think anybody thinks you're doing it to impress, until you reach into boiling hot water and like pull out a noodle with your hand, and you're just like, "Oh, it's ready."
Was I not supposed to do that?
And then you're like, "Go ahead and grab." I was watching another spoiler. I was editing a video for Josh. He did an episode of Someone's in My Kitchen with Justine, and at one point you're like, "Just go ahead and grab that thing for me right out of the pad there." She's like, "Ow, my hands are burning. Why would you tell me to do that?" And you're like, "Really? That's hot?" And then you go and reach for it, and you just like scoop it out, and you're like, "No big deal."
That's just like the years of chefing with your fingers and losing all senses in your digits.
Like you're like, I'm not trying to do it to impress anybody though, but like after years of chefing, my fingers have been completely forged into iron.
After being an incredible internet chef for
years and years and years, I have been conditioned. But so for me, like a scalding hot French fry and the contrast of an icy cold, well, not icy cold, but a refrigerated cold ketchup. I don't know why. It just crosses the right wires in my brain to make happiness.
You definitely have a point there. I mean, I get what you're saying.
You like a warm guacamole?
I don't like warm avocado, period.
Right? See? And that's a wait, is an avocado a fruit or a vegetable?
Fruit, actually.
Because it's got a seed in it.
Yes. I don't know if that constitutes it as a fruit, but I know it's a fruit.
Wikipedia doesn't even say what it is. It just says it's a food. Hang on.
You might be inclined to call it a vegetable, thanks to the green hue.
It's actually a tree.
Even more specifically, Dave, it's a single-seeded berry.
It's a fruit. It's a berry? A guacamole? An avocado is a berry? That's cool. All right. Well, you learn something every day. Now, here is a berry that's meant to be warm, yet you like cold guacamole.
Yeah, I know. And beyond that, I despise warm avocado. Like lately I've been making eggs and having it with a side of avocado with like olive oil and a whole bunch of seasoning on top of it.
Look at you, fancy pants. Rachel Ray teach you that recipe or what?
Something like that. And if my warm eggs are like laying on the avocado, it like kind of ruins it for me.
Wow.
It's weird. It's a weird thing. It's a weird juxtaposition of contrast.
It's crazy. So people are stupid, right? We're all stupid.
I'm the stupidest.
No, not you're. It's not that you're the stupidest. It's just that we don't really make any sense.
No, of course not.
Like so I guess that is the debate. That's the solution to the debate. Is that it doesn't matter whether or not you believe your butter should be in the fridge. Just the same way it doesn't matter whether you believe that your ketchup should be in the fridge or not.
It's true. It's true. I remember when we used to live together, though, you used to give me shit about leaving the butter out.
Well, but here's the thing, like, we were just like, when we were living together, we were like kind of it was a bit of a gross kitchen at one point. I don't know if you remember the kitchen I'm talking about. It was like a bit of a gross kitchen, and we always left the patio door open. There's always just like flies on the butter. I just had a problem scooping any of that and putting it on toast or even putting it in a pan for my eggs. I didn't want dirty old fly butter.
Fair enough. I get it. I guess the temperature of that didn't mean any difference. The point is of this topic is
You do what your
it's
heart tells you.
okay. It's okay to leave your condiments and your butter out.
It's
Don't let
fine.
anybody tell you otherwise.
Unless your condiment specifically says refrigerate after opening, in which
Like
case you
salsa.
better put it in the fridge. You're going to be in trouble.
Yes.
You're really going to find yourself in a bad way.
I feel like making a nacho pile later.
I really want nachos as well. And I'm sure now that we've been talking about it, I'm sure that Bert and I are going to be making guacamole at some point tonight.
So jelly.
That brings us to our next topic. Speaking of jelly, I don't know why. Jelly has nothing to do with it.
No.
Oreos went and played a really nasty prank on all of us.
Which everyone kind of like wants now. So I guarantee
Yeah.
you in the next little while, they're going to actually do this. But
I wonder
for
if they're going to
April
take a
Fools,
page from Richard and Mortimer.
It's very possible. I mean, it worked, right?
It worked.
So for April Fools, Oreo trolled the internet by coming out with all
They got us.
Oreos with just the cream.
They got us so good. And I don't know if you see on this fake packaging, they wrote discs of cream filling.
It's what it is, though. Oreo fans worldwide simultaneously sighed with relief and cried out with disappointment when it was revealed that the all-stuff Oreos were simply a clever, not so clever, April Fool's Day prank.
It was another ruse.
It was another ruse. The thing
April Fool's Day is the one day where it's cool. It's okay for everybody to ruse one another. Drives me nuts, though. Can I just say, first of all, I really don't like April Fool's Day.
You know, it's
not that I'm a gullible. It's not that I'm a gullible person.
So what is it? You just don't like it? Period.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this another fake holiday that everyone's got to pretend like they got jokes?
And there's no company that's even benefiting from it. There's just companies that are trying to exploit it, and usually they fail because they end up suggesting that they're doing things that aren't even real, with the exception of Rick and Morty.
Clearly, and these all stuffed Oreos. This year has been the year of the Oreo, in my opinion. And we've talked about this, every
Comes
other
and
year.
goes.
Right. So it comes in waves. Now, them doing this, I can almost guarantee you that next year they come out with this for sure, like limited time.
They're going to do it for real.
I think that they missed the boat on something. We were talking about this before. Is that imagine an all stuffed Oreo, but on the inside, it's a reverse Oreo instead. So it's like all the cream on the outside with cookie crunch on the inside. That'd be pretty cool, right?
I feel like it would be hard to make. Actually, maybe not. They make the cookie and then they surround it in the disc and seal the disc up. It's malleable enough.
I'm pretty sure that this is totally able to be done, just
Probably.
like the way they get the caramel in the caramel bar.
Have you ever had the Hershey's cookies and cream bites?
Well, like the little balls?
Yeah. It's like or even it's almost like a little puck of sorts.
Yeah, sure. A little tab.
I feel like that's what you're talking about. Except it's hard. It's like candy coated on the outside, so it's like a little crunchier.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's exactly what you're talking about.
I mean, similar in concept, right? Cookies and cream, because that's what Oreos essentially are. But I want it to look like an Oreo.
Right. I want it to look like this. I want it to look like this with a wafer inside or like a disc inside.
Thin,
not a wafer.
Yeah, a little thin, like Oreo crunch.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That'd be awesome.
I want to take it one step further and be a super scumbag, and I would want to buy all stuff Oreos and just sandwich it in between a regular Oreo. Or even go further and take this and sandwich it in between one of your favorite cookies that doesn't have Oreo cream filling inside.
Like a Chips Ahoy.
You really enjoy a nice Chips Ahoy? Drop one of these bad boys in it. I promise you'll like that Chips Ahoy way better.
Or a samosa Girl Scout cookie with Oreo stuff cream inside.
Samosa, isn't that an Indian dish?
Samoa, then. Whoops. Wrong Samoa.
I was going to say, those are like little deep fried pockets of potato and vegetables.
Yeah, and they call it some Oreos.
That would not go well with this. That would not go well. But how about, hey, you were on that, you were going there, you were going down that path. What if you took this and you made s'mores with it?
That's probably a pretty good call.
How sick would that be?
It's not marshmallow, though, so it doesn't melt well.
I don't
You
even
know,
really
essentially
like
all this
marshmallows. I guess that's why
is
I'm getting excited.
vegetable oil.
I don't really like marshmallows. I've never been a huge fan. So
I
this,
like the way s'mores look more than I like the way they taste. I don't think anyone
there you
actually
go.
likes s'mores. I really don't. I
It's
think
just
it's
like
just
a
like
worldwide.
it's another ruse.
It's a worldwide conspiracy that everybody's bought into for no apparent reason other than bandwagoning. Everybody's
Yeah.
like, you know what? I agree. S'mores are amazing, but not a single person sits back and thinks, wow, I really love s'mores.
I've actually never seen anyone eat a s'more ever. No one's ever eaten a s'more in the history of s'mores.
Oh, that's so good.
Here's the deal with this all stuff Oreo. You guys want to make this at home, do a little DIY? Go get a tub of vegetable shortening and a bag of powdered sugar. Mix it all up together. Then take your spoon and eat the entire thing. That's the equivalent to this all stuff Oreo situation.
I agree. Just make it. Just make it. Just make it on your own.
Yeah. It ain't hard.
Shame on you, Oreo, for goofing us. Shame on you for roosting us. And this is why I hate April Fools. I don't like to be lied to. I don't like to be tricked. I don't like the trickery. I find the trickery serves no good purpose.
Yeah, I went into an Uber on April Fools, and the guy was like, "So, anyone pull any tricks on you?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm not about that life."
Nah, if somebody tricks,
and he loved that. And then
if
he's
somebody
like,
tricks
well, I'm
me,
not
I
really
just
an
cut
Uber
him off.
driver. Yeah. And I was like, okay, so where are we going?
You got goofed.
And wait, beyond that, we were on our way from the east side of LA to the west side, which is by the beach, and we're going in some random way that I've never gone, and I actually thought he was kidnapping me. It's like,
surprise, I'm not an Uber driver. You're coming with me. Here, can you please breathe into this rag? Deeply, deeply. Just go big, deep breaths. Oh, man, yeah. Honestly, people, April Fools, you can keep it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can totally keep it. And that, Josh, brings us to our dumb food item of the day / week. Now, this is a cool one.
Week.
This is a cool one because Josh actually has this one.
I actually have it.
Wait, let's preface. No, let's preface it. He's like showing the box. He's showing the box. This is slow down, slow down. We got to really get excited about this. You have these, and they're not as much a food item as much as they are a food themed item. Correct?
Precisely.
Tell us how you got how this happened.
Last month, Pizza Hut teamed up with March Madness, NCAA for the Final Four. Did that even happen yet? I don't even know.
I think so. I think Gonzaga lost.
Okay, thanks. I can't believe you're sportsing me.
I honestly don't know. I really don't know. I could be way off.
So Pizza Hut teamed up with the NCAA to make a limited run of a shoe called the Pie Top.
Pizza Hut's so
cool
smart.
It's a very cool thing. First of all, the shoe is really cool. Okay, this is the shoe. I reached out to Pizza Hut and I was like, "Yo,
I need these in my life.
Got any more shoes?"
Are these are Nike high tops, aren't they?
No, they're a generic brand actually. Not quite sure.
It looks very much like a Nike.
It looks like an Air Force One, but
it doesn't say who's the manufacturer.
There's no manufacturer. I thought maybe that it said it on the tissue that it came onto, but it doesn't. The tissue says $7.99 for 2 topping large pizza.
Josh, for the people that can't see this that are listening, run us through these. Like, walk them through what these look like.
It looks like an Air Force One. It's a high top, old school basketball shoe with a strap. And the cool thing about these shoes, other than the fact
they're red and white,
branded Pizza Hut,
they're red and white, and they've got little Pizza Hut logos on them.
Is that in the tongue of the shoe, it has a Pizza Hut logo that you could press, and it will tag your geolocation and order you a pizza. How ridiculously awesome is that, by the way?
So it is amazing. I really do. I think it's absolutely hilarious. I think it's really cool. I think it's so stupid. Because you already have that capability in your pocket on your cell phone. All you got to do is reach into your pocket, pull out your phone, and you could tap your thumbs, and pizza will arrive to your location. In this case, they want you to reach down to your ankles, and they want you to press the tongue on your shoe, and then pizza will arrive. So it's actually a little bit more physically straining to order pizza this way, but it is really cool because they are literal. Well, maybe not literal, but they're the closest thing to being full-on pizza shoes.
Yeah, and here's the cool thing I like about it. Other than the fact that I have branded Pizza Hut branded shoes, which by the way look pretty hype.
You should have just said, like, here's the thing about them that I really like, other than the fact that I have them.
Other than they're mine now.
They're mine.
Pizza Hut really went all above and beyond with the branding. There's a Pizza Hut logo on the tongue. There's a Pizza Hut logo on the
lace.
Shoelace. There's a Pizza Hut logo on the strap, on the back. They're red and they're white. They actually look really cool. Like I would fully wear these.
They're really nice shoes.
Yeah, beyond all of that, Dave, is that they actually work. It's not just it's not like the hoverboard from Back to the Future that never actually worked.
Never was real.
It comes with an instruction. It says, "Hello, fellow pizza fan. At Pizza Hut, we're always innovating, creating the best delivery deals and the easiest way to order," which led us to this: a shoe that can order pizza straight to wherever you are at the touch of a button.
So if you press that button, are you getting pizza right now?
I mean, I haven't set it up. So it then proceeds to tell you how to set it up. It even came with a
hide that number.
A Visa card. I haven't activated yet, which you then call and you activate. And I think that's the takeaway with this dumb food item of the day, which is actually really smart, is that it actually works. So, if you were in a random location, like a field, let's just say Coachella, for example, and you press the tongue of this, someone's coming to give you a pizza.
I really like that. Like last week, we were talking about the Costco delivery. Like next time you go to a wedding or something, you should just order a hot dog. But I also really like if you're there, so you go to whatever this event is. This is your move now, Josh, by the way. Next time you go to like a big event, you wear those shoes. First, you order a hot dog, and people are going to be like, what? I don't understand. Why'd you do this? You're like, I just wasn't really feeling the food. Do you want a hot dog? I'll get you one too. And like everybody's minds will be blown. Then you wait like half an hour, 45 minutes, and you're like, sorry, I'm still hungry. You guys still hungry? You reach down and you touch your shoes, and people will be like, what are you doing? Don't even worry about it. Don't even think anything of it. In like a half an hour, a pizza shows up. You are a god.
So awesome.
You are a god.
You're the man.
if you've had hot dogs and pizza arrive to the same event from two different devices, you're cool. You're delivery man. You are the delivery man.
Yeah, and I win. Big
and then you take it one step further. You get Jack in the Box delivery.
Oh my goodness.
You're very quickly becoming a delivery superhero.
That's such a sick superhero. Delivery man.
He doesn't do
delivering
he doesn't
all
do
the
any,
food.
No, he doesn't deliver you anything. He doesn't deliver you anything. He's the guy that has the things delivered to him, no matter where he goes. Oh, man, those shoes are perfectly stupid.
Yeah, they're really cool. I mean, really well done, Pizza Hut. Thanks for sending me these. And all I did was direct message him on Twitter and be like, yo, hit me up. And they're like, okay, cool. Got you.
I know you don't really make vlogs as often anymore. But the next one that you do, you have to vlog yourself going to some place really outrageous and ordering a pizza with your shoes.
I feel like I would need to do that ASAP Rocky.
Because it's cool. You think they're going to like not discontinue, you think like after the promotion or whatever, the limited edition run of this, whenever it's done, that they're going to be like, hey, that pizza button doesn't order pizza anymore?
I feel like you'll probably be able to activate it once and that's it.
Just use, but like no. I mean, like how long afterwards can you press the tongue on those shoes and they'll keep delivering you that pizza order?
I think only until however much money's on it. To be honest, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna.
Like what? No, you must be able to refill it with funds. Here's the question: you got to do it. You got to vlog it.
Yeah.
And the question is, wait 10 years and will you still be able to order pizza? I'm curious. I'm curious how long. Well, I'm just curious. Like,
I'm hoping in 10 years I could eBay these like the Szechuan sauce from McDonald's and make 20 G's.
Like
you know
$100,000. Pizza shoes only worn once. Pizza was only ordered once. I kind of like the idea of like you want to order pizza, but you don't feel like going to your phone or your computer. You just like reach over to your shoes and like you're lying on the couch at home and you like get up and you go to the front door and you go to your shoe rack and you just order some pizza from that.
Oh, that'd be so awesome.
Oh man, you know what this makes me want? It makes me want other creative ways to order food. I wish companies like it's cool that Jack in the Box made this app, and like you can now go on and order food through the app or through the web service. I think that's great. But like I don't know, give me a Jack in the Box watch, or like I don't know, like a Domino's toothbrush that has a little pizza button on it.
I'm trying to think of really cool, clever ways to order food.
I want more pizza buttons. I want more funny like you know how Amazon has these little reorder buttons that you could scatter about your house and you just press the button and it orders the thing you want. I want more of those in creative ways, fun creative ways.
That'd be awesome. Great idea.
Next time.
Cool.
Well, that brings us to an end of this week's episode of the Menu Podcast. Josh, I had a great time with you this week.
As always, Dave.
For those of you that were here watching this live at twitch.tv/liquorsauce, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
If you would like to see the video replay of this episode, go to youtube.com/TheJoshElkin. And as always, you could download this here podcast at soundcloud.com/TheMenuPodcast. And recently, I've made it available that you can actually download these and take them with you. So if you want to put it on your, iPod, or I know one of my friends has a Zune MP3 player. Go ahead and slap that on your Zune. Or I was saying yesterday, you even upload it to like your Sony Walkman mini disc player, and you can listen to this MP3 format. So feel free.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Let's keep it going every week. Dave and I, newsworthy food-worthy news. So come and hang out.
This is episode 11. We've done 11 already, and I have no interest in slowing down. You, Josh?
Heck no, Dave. There's always going to be newsworthy food and food-worthy news, and we're going to be here to give it to you.
We're going to cover it. We're going to offer you total
taste bud
coverage.
at a time.
Total coverage.
You know it.
Thank you all for listening and watching, and we will see you next week.